HarperVia and HarperAudio present The Aunt Who Wouldn't Die, a novel by Shirshendu Mukhopadhyay, performed by Deepti Gupta and Zehra Naqvi. Part 1. Somlata. My husband's name is Chokor Mitra Chaudhary. He's pruned the Chaudhary though, and is known as Chokor Mitra. At home everyone calls him by his nickname, Fuchu. When we married, I was 18, and he was blissfully unemployed. By way of skills, he played the tabla and had passed his bachelor's exam. No one in that family had ever held a job. They used to be zamindars, feudal landlords in East Bengal. The effects of this were evident even at the time of the wedding. People said that despite dwindling wealth, they had enough to ensure their sons wouldn't have to earn a living in their lifetime. The arrangements for the ceremony at the groom's house after the wedding and the jewelry gifted by my in-laws also convinced my family that this must be true. Aristocratic families on the decline tend to show off disproportionately. They never let go of an opportunity to impress people. I realized from the minor squabbles and arguments in my husband's home after the marriage that they had used up almost all their reserves for the wedding. They had even borrowed money. My shashuri was a decent woman, especially for a mother-in-law, mild and sympathetic. She came from a poor, God-fearing family and hadn't been able to blend into this one. One day she made me sit down by her side and said, "It's your fate that Fuchu had to be your husband. He is not a bad sort, but all we have now is for appearance's sake. There's nothing substantial left. I got him married in the hope that his wife's luck will rub off on him. You have to pester him constantly. Do not indulge him in any circumstances. The slightest leniency will mean he will spend all his time in bed. I know the men in this family only too well. Utterly lazy, all of them." This was worrying. If my husband's fortunes didn't improve after the wedding, would they consider me the source of bad luck? My shashuri said regretfully, "Do you know how this household runs? With the money that comes from selling land and gold. This cannot go on. If you have any sense, you will groom Fuchu." "Do you think I'll be able to, Ma?" I said apprehensively. "He's so bad-tempered." She laughed. "You mustn't fear a man's temper. It's all sound and fury. Pay no attention." "Will you teach me what I should do?" "These things cannot be taught. You look smart enough. You will be able to work it out for yourself." From that very day, I developed a sisterhood with my mother-in-law. I had been petrified before the wedding by all the stories one hears about the species, and I felt lucky that she didn't turn out to be a shrew. But then no family lacks for shrews. My my husband's elder brother's wife, for instance. This sister-in-law was older than me, and a harridan. There was also Pishi, my father-in-law's sister, widowed in childhood. She was the de facto head of the family. She was mollycoddled by both her older and younger brothers because of the tragedy in her life. Her tyranny over the family was remarkable. The North Bengal town in which my in-laws lived was small, filthy, and congested. There was no variety to life here. Their house was quite a large one. They used to own several houses, even larger, and a lot of land in Pakistan. My father-in-law's father had built them, as was the custom in families of zamindars. Elaborate affairs with many chambers and arches and domes. Nor was there a lack of claimants for a share. When the land on which these houses stood was allotted to Pakistan, all the relatives found sanctuary in this house.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?